on StormWatch. He was a Padres first-round draft pick and a San Diego Prep standout. And this season, Alan Dykstra is a step closer to the big leagues. We'll chart the progress of the Storm's big first baseman ahead. Plus, a chat with skipper Carlos Lascano as he inherits a number of players who won a title last season in Fort Wayne. Also, the Storm roll out their newest clothing line that's bound to have you looking hip. And we'll revisit that special April night at the Diamond in Lake Elsinore when the Padres paid a visit for an exhibition. These stories and more next on the Storm Watch. Hello everybody and welcome to the Diamond in Lake Elsinore for the first ever episode of Storm Watch. I'm your host Steve Quiss, and each and every month throughout the 2010 season we're going to be here at the Diamond in Lake Elsinore to chart the progress of the Padres Class A affiliate in the California League. We're going to show you how the players are progressing in the system. We'll show you how the team's doing, talk about the promotions, do a lot of neat stuff this season. And it's a season that very well could be the best on record ever for the Storm. The 2010 Storm opened their 17th season of California League play with perhaps their most accomplished roster to date. It's a roster that features 4 first-round draft picks of the Padres and 20 players who spent time with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, who ended the 2009 season as Midwest League champions.
I expect the same thing. You know, we have a pretty good team, I feel like, and you know, we're going to use our speed and you know, hopefully transfer over what we did last year. You know, just keep it up, and you know, a big part of what we try to do is you know, play as a team. You know, play as a team, win as a team, lose as a team, and we feel like we, you know, you can win more ball games playing together.
I think we had a lot of talent first to start, and then we just gelled together, and I think everyone knows their role and counts on the next person to do what they're supposed to do, and nobody tries to do more than they can, and it's more of a team concept than individual, so I think that's something that really helps us win.
And while the minor leagues would appear to be more about player development than wins and losses, one could argue that learning to win is a big part of that development.
You can develop a lot more when you're having fun and when you're winning. You know, you have a lot of guys that, you know, spread you know, good attitudes around, and that's a big part of success.
The Tin Caps had fun winning 94 regular season games and 7 more playoff games. Rarely do you see a minor league club win 101 games in a season. That nucleus has now moved on to Lake Elsinore. There's first-round picks Alan Dykstra, Nick Schmidt, and Drew Cumberland, to name a few, and a 5-man rotation that won a combined 39 games a season ago in the Padres system. This rotation featuring the Padres' first-round selection from 2007, left-handed pitcher Nick Schmidt, who's on his way back from elbow surgery that saw him miss the entire 2008 season.
Velocity's coming back, the delivery is smoother, cleaner, he's got more power, he understands what he has to do, he's starting to understand that it's not just maximum power, it's just about how to pitch and not just be a thrower.
On the field, the Storm figure to play as aggressive as their parent club. With Grady Fuson out as player development director, the minor league philosophy has taken on a new approach.
I think we're still looking for guys that have a semblance of the strike zone, but we're looking for a little more aggressive approach, not necessarily laying off first pitches. If you can get your pitch, go ahead and take an aggressive cut at it. Try to have a little more aggressive approach both at the plate and on the bases.
We're focusing on the little things a little bit more, I think. Yeah, with the base running, you know, first to thirds, you know, second home, and just taking the extra base, being aggressive, you know, doing things for the guy behind you, you know, taking you know, big secondary leads and aggressive back and everything. That way, you know, that guy's going to want to do it for the guy behind him, and then the guy in front of you, you know, he'll want to do it for you too, just because he sees you know, your character on the field.
To a man, everyone just excited to be moving up a level, perhaps for the weather conditions alone.
In Midwest League, it's freezing the first, you know, month and a half of the season. You know, you'd rather hit an off-speed pitch than a fastball because you don't want to hurt your hands because it's so cold. But other than that, you know, it's just beautiful weather out here, and you know, we want to take advantage of it. Anytime you can play baseball up here in Southern California, it's really nice.
All right, it's time now to talk with a guy who inherits a ton of talent on this roster. The skipper, Carlos Lascano, has been here since 2007, starting your 4th year. Talk to me a little bit about this roster. You graduated a lot of guys on, moved them up. You get this group from Fort Wayne, about 20 guys who just won 94 games last year and hoisted a trophy.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to get a bunch of guys that know how to win. They won 102 games, so that's kind of hard. That's very hard to do, especially in minor league baseball. So I'm looking forward to working with them. You know, that don't count anymore. It's already done. They already got the rings for that. So I'm looking forward to work with them. You know, it'll take a couple of weeks. You know, so we start playing together to get it all together, and we'll see what we got compared to the competition.
Yeah, there's been a difference in the minor league operations staff in San Diego. There's been some changes. You know, Mike Wickham, of course, now director of minor league operations. Grady Fuson no longer there. So is there a change in philosophy at all? With Fuson, we saw a lot of controlling the strike zone. Mm-hmm. What might, as we go forward here in the Padre organization, see the philosophy be?
You know, we still use some of what we had before. You know, we were patiently aggressive. Now we address the hitters more like aggressively patient. So we're going to switch it around a little bit to be a little more aggressive, you know, with the bats, and don't worry so much about taking pitches. Also, we want to be more aggressive on the bases, going first to third, second to home to second on a base hit. That's all the way through the minor league system, and you see the Padres play on TV, they do the same thing. Right. So we want to do that all the way from the big leagues down to the rookie league level. So when they get up to Petco Park, that's the kind of players we want.
Alan Dykstra is a guy that fans in San Diego are familiar with, a #1 draft pick from a couple of years ago. What are you going to work with him? I know he had just about as many walks as strikeouts last year, but he hit 226. He's got to make some progress here.
Yeah, you know, I would like him to be more aggressive with the bat. You know, maybe sacrifice a little bit of walks and get some more power numbers in there. So, you know, he's going to get his opportunity to play every day, and hopefully he'll get a good start. I think a good start will be good for him, and go from there. He's got the power. You know, I hope he doesn't fall in love with that short fence in right field, right. But he keeps his line drive stroke and swings the bat more. I think he will be all right.
You realize you have 4 #1 draft picks on this team? I bet you look up and down Cal League rosters, I don't know how many teams have 4 #1 draft picks.
But you know what, I don't look at that much. You know, we get players and we work with them. Once they get drafted and signed, we all are in the same boat. You know, they're all playing, and you know, some guys are going to get more opportunities than others. That's the nature of the game, but it's about playing hard, putting numbers, and doing the job. It got you here, but you know, it's your numbers and what you do is going to keep you here.
That pitching rotation last season was pretty phenomenal. A lot of the guys moving on to San Antonio. The guys that you have this season, I mean, it looks like Anthony Bass is going to start on opening day, obviously, and then you have Nick Schmidt, who's one of those 4 #1 draft picks. Talk to us a little bit about Bass, and you know, might he be the guy that moves?
Yeah, you know, he came here the second half, but they both came the second half. Smith is coming from surgery the year before, so I think he was tired when he got here. He was fatigued, and we quit pitching him. He's healthy now again, and I see a lot more life to his pitches. And Bass was here last year and came in first. Good. So I'm expecting good things from both of those guys. You know, we got Federer, also a tall right-handed pitcher, 6'8", doing a good job. Eric Davis and Jorge Reyes, they all got good arms.
When we return on the Storm Report, the Padres took him 23rd overall during the 2008 draft. Just what should we expect out of former Rancho Bernardo High standout Alan Dykstra as he climbs up the minor league ranks? We'll explore that question coming up next.